Okay. All right. So, I recently have decided to get a lot into Ultron. I am a Spidey main. I have about 55 hours on Spider-Man, right? And I was really excited for Ultron because I just like Ultron. I like how he looks, like his whole theme and everything. And I've been playing him a good bit. I think I have about 9 hours on him. And over 7 of those hours are in comp. And while a lot of people seem to have very low expectations for Ultron and his healing output, this game shows that with a good team, his healing output doesn't matter. If you are have teammates that are constantly grouped up and you are able to actually put your healing down on to people and get it out there with your shields and your ults, even without the Iron Man team up, you're able to do a lot to help your team. So in this match, we get Punisher, Storm, Hawkeye, and Hulk band, which are all pretty good bands. And to take a minute to just explain those bands, Punisher's probably the strongest hit scan currently. Hela is just a bit more manageable. Her ult's not as oppressive as Punisher's ult is, which is why usually I try to ban Punisher instead of Hela. Hulk Namor is just really annoying. That's the only reason. And Hulk shields can also just be, difficult to deal with. Storm with Jeff team up is just really difficult to deal with. And Hawkeye can one shot, and it's just not worth dealing with as well, especially with Luna Freeze. So, keybinds. I play on an Azeron Cyborg, which makes it very strange on how my keybinds are. I have control bound to up and down on Ultron, but on other characters I have control bound to other stuff. And I use a lot of the side mouse buttons, and I know a lot of people typically steer away from using that because they think it affects their aim. It doesn't, but yeah. So for drone positioning, I put it on the Spider-Man here at the beginning, but I move it very quickly because I need to heal the largest group of people. Spider-Man is not your priority, okay? A lot of people think, oh, just throw your drone on the farthest away person, right? Somebody that's going to go in and dive. But generally, no. You want to have it on people that you're going to be close with, and that's either going to be the tank or your other support. You should really try to worry about your other support because they're going to be able to keep you alive the best. And then tanks are going to be secondary. And then DPS are your last priority, unless they're really, really low and you're able to. I know a lot of Ultrons try to play high, but since they have a Bucky and Spider-Man, I'm trying to play low with my team just so I can be a little bit more protected. I'm playing the cover here as best I can because their Spider-Man's really scary for me. So, yeah. Thankfully for me, he's not that good, but yeah. He does end up switching pretty soon. Um, you can see I get my ult really quick, by far the fastest out of the whole lobby. And I was able to completely push up on them with the rest of my team, and we got point finally after a very long fight. Now, positioning with Ultron, like I said, try to play with your team. That's the only way you're going to be able to heal yourself, so it's very crucial to do that. Also, another thing that I don't think a lot of players point out, when you use your shields, your left click, or your right click rather, the people that you're facing, if you're close to them, will get bonus shields as well. And it stacks with the drone. So you want to try to put it on your squishies typically, or just anybody that's close to you, and just give them the most amount of shields. I don't know why I haven't heard anything about that, but like nobody really tries to prioritize that, and it's very helpful, quite literally doubling the effectiveness of that ability. And since it's on such a short cooldown, think of the fact that you're just doubling all your shields basically. And yeah. So for a shift, I use it at the beginning here just to make sure I can get up with my team really fast. And while you typically should save it for the Spider-Man, I have enough faith in my team to keep me alive here that I don't really need to. Spider-Man is right here, though, and I do sadly... Actually, no, I do survive that. And I do go down there to the Bucky. This is where the Bucky learned to start hard targeting me. Now, taking a quick look at the stats, it's pretty apparent that I'm actually doing really good healing and really good damage, keeping up right with our Sue. And on top of that, I have blocked a lot less because I don't have a shield, but I don't understand where the overshield's go into that. I don't know if that's put into damage block or not. I doubt it. Because I think at this point I had over 2,000 damage blocked with my shields. Or, well, shields generated. Now, I noticed that she's ulting, and then I think I follow up with an ult here after I push around this corner to help keep our Strange alive. And to, yep, I do. I think I'm actually able to take out the Bucky. I do, yep. Now, the ult is typically a little underwhelming, right? It does have the most healing output of any support ult in the game, so you have to make sure to heal your teammates with it. But typically, I prioritize damage with it, because it's great at soloing out, and it does great splash damage as well. You'll see here later that I actually get a massive 4-stack with one ult burst, because I think it's in 4 or 5 separate bursts. Right here I die to both the Cap and Spider-Man. This is where I start getting really hard dived, because I realize that I'm putting out a lot more healing than they expected. As well as putting out extreme amounts of damage. And you can tell by the final hits that I'm actually having a lot of impact. I have more final hits than both the tanks and the Widow combined. And I'm on par with the Star-Lord for most of this game up until the end, where he gets a few very good ults. The replay is not doing my accuracy justice. Another thing here is you get to witness the portal shenanigans. This cloak was quite annoying with that. And was able to stall out this point for a very long time. I did back away an ult there, because the self-healing from the ult was enough to just keep me alive, just in case. As well as I wanted to make sure that none of my teammates were going to die to the Cap being in our backline. Here is this basic pushing. Make sure you fly low around the cart. It's actually a really good cover, especially this one, since it's taller. Our Sue actually dies here. I think Spider-Man pulls her out. No, never mind. I thought she did. I'm really tired. It's currently 5 in the morning, so excuse me if I can't recall this match correctly. Okay. Yeah. Here's the general positioning. Spider-Man does get on me here, but he has to run away. And the Sue helps heal me. Bucky here, trying to go on a little spree here. I don't think he makes it far. I'm pretty sure we all run into spawn. Yeah. Ultron's actually surprisingly good in 1v1s due to his armor. You do have to kind of learn how and when to choose your battles. A lot of times it's not worth it to get away from your team, because the drone does have a limited range. I think they should remove the limited range, but for now it's okay. Ultron does need a few changes. For instance, I've gotten so many ults this game already, I've lost track. I think we're on 4 or 5. So yeah. I think here's when I have a pretty big ult. This Spider-Man was being sneaky. And our backline. Yep, and I do go up here to push with ult, because I see that their cloak is out of position, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't have ult at that point. Strange is right there, and I go back down to hide with my team, because I don't want to die. And yeah, basically just positioning. Try to stay with your team a lot. They will protect you, you can heal them, and you can heal off of them. They do get a Moon Knight here, which does complicate that. But with our Groot, he's able to wall them off pretty well. And we will have this point stalled out for a hot minute, but we do end up getting it back. I will say these guys defended really well. Their Captain America was really good on their team and made this match really difficult and really challenging for me and Ultron. Fortunately, the ult from the Moon Knight does kill two of my teammates, and the rest have to fall back. I end up just sitting here for a minute. There's no reason for me to leave, because if I leave, they will see me. So I might as well just stay here and not die. Not that this does much, but yeah, it's just the boring part. Now, my immediate plan is to try to get a drone on them immediately so I can go ahead and get some healing and get my ult as fast as I can. Because I know, and I see that Loki uses shift here as well. Yep, I do pop all here just to try to kill somebody in the back. And the Bucky is one. I do think I go down and finish him just to prevent him from helping his team out because I wasn't sure if he had ult or not. And it turns out that yes, he did have ult. So it's a good way to get a final hit. Like I said, pick and choose your solos. Because he very well could have grabbed me and then pushed me away and killed me instantly. But I was far enough away and knew that I had armor and that he was low. Yep, and we were able to get this fight. And like I said, constantly using shields every time it's on cooldown. Make sure you're close to them to give them those bonus shields. And yeah. Good thing about Ultron 2 is that you don't have to be close to the enemies to shoot them. Take advantage of his infinite range, because infinite range equals technically infinite damage. Because trust me, you're going to be able to dodge Loki shots, but with hit scan Ultron, there's not much they can do about it. Right here, I'm just trying to play around the cover, not able to shoot much, but I do take huge advantage of that Groot ult, doing a bunch of damage, and we are able to just push up and completely annihilate them. Now, that's what I'm saying as the ult is a lot better than what people think. Yes, he is vulnerable in it. At least he can't be CC'd. That is one good thing that they did about it. Now here you can see me, I go to my Star-Lord to heal, and I place it on our Groot because I know our Groot's probably going to stand somewhat back and be able to heal our Emma as well. Now, note the ult charge that I get here. I'm climbing up incredibly fast. I just used ult, and I died, sadly. I do think we get Strange Portal here, and we're able to just barely make it back in time for another great push. Yep, Strange was already on it. So we get together. I didn't see our Star-Lord, but he was going to spawn, so it's all good anyway. I do believe here is where I get ready to have a pretty decent ult as well. Our Stu ults to counter the Ultron ult. The Cap ults to stall, and I have my ult. And I was able to dash away last second to not get stunned by that. And it is a bloodbath. I kill their support, go on their Cap to prevent him from stalling for much longer. Emma has a great ult, and then I just decide to focus on Cap, because I know he's probably going to live the longest. Make sure to shield my teammates, try to prevent them from dying. And they aren't able to touch, so we get the first round in overtime. Now, a lot of people were expecting Ultron to be really weak, and I'm pretty sure they buffed him after the PTB before they released it to Global Edition. I'm pretty sure they increased the damage of his ultimate, and they slightly increased the amount of shields he gains, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't really looked into it much. I haven't felt the need to because he's good enough for me. And if I can make him work and have, I think, around a 65% win rate currently on him in competitive alone. So yeah, we're going to be playing on defense here. Defense is a little rough at first. It's by far the worst part of this map, in my opinion. I still haven't learned the map 100%. But yeah, able to just push to this corner, and we're going to try to stay back here. It's going to be a little rough. It's going to be really hard to poke them, but they will probably end up getting past here, and then after this part, you're able to do a lot more with Ultron. So yeah, for this part, play low. if you're close to the ceiling, you're going to be walled up top, and it doesn't really offer any benefit to cover. It's better to be on ground where you're level with the shields from both our, well, I guess we don't have another shield tank, but our Emma and Sue as well are able to help us out. I do go down immediately to that Bucky. He placed a few very well good shots there and was able to take me out. My positioning could have been a little better. I could have had better shield management as well, but at the end of the day, stuff like that's just going to happen. So, try to fly back as quickly as possible. I didn't realize that they pushed this far already, so I was barely able to not make it out. Pretty sure they chased me. Nope. Okay, cool. I live there, and I'm able to go back to help our team. We do push for some reason. I'm not sure why everybody decided to push, because we had time to hold this point here, and they really did. Sorry, I'm really tired. Thankfully, though, they didn't push it that much, so we were actually able to hold here for a good long while. And as you can see, I am going to be getting ult really soon. The only person that beat me is the Wolverine and Moon Knight, it looks like. Cloak pulling shenanigans over there. She ends up teleporting back and forth, stalling out the point for a very long time, which is quite annoying. Yeah, I think there needs to be a cooldown on the portal just to prevent things like that from happening, because she was able to stall it perfectly until the cap was able to come back. Now, I will say, their rocket had some interesting ult placements, to say the least. This ult placement wasn't terrible. It was up out of the way of our Emma, at least, so I understand why he did that. I contemplated shooting it, and then I realized there was no point, because I knew I was about to run out. Make sure to heal my Star-Lord. It was about this point where I realized that healing the Star-Lord was probably a great idea, because he was really confirming a lot of kills, especially with his ult. Another thing to do that I learned from a really good Iron Man player that I ran into is that whenever somebody's trying to shoot you and they are a fighting character, for instance, think Hela, Punisher, Bucky, right? I don't think Bucky's hit scan, but he's close enough. All you want to do is move side to side, you got strafe, and then just spam space and control to go up and down. That's what I do. You just want to spam it, and it makes it really hard for them to hit your head at all. So it gives you a much higher chance to actually live. Here I'm trying to stay with my team, trying to keep them from dying. It's really hard to do because their Wolverine is kind of tearing us up. Oh, sorry, that's our Wolverine. Our Wolverine's tearing it up. But their Bucky and Moon Knight are tearing us up because we're grouped together. And the thing isn't great right now. He's all right. He's definitely usable, and against the Captain America, it's pretty good. I have no clue what this rocket ult was. Wasn't really a lot of point for me to shoot him because that rocket ult was connected to them somehow. And the Bucky was able to wipe out almost my whole team. And I do think I go down here. Like I said, do that wiggle tech. Look how much longer I live there. If they didn't have that Moon Knight to pull me in with the Ankh, I would have survived that. And I notice here that I already have ult for the next fight. And I try to get my team to wait a minute so we can do one last push. But our Thing and Wolverine go in and die immediately. So we ended up having to back out, and they get the point. Which, it's alright. It just gives us more time to set up in the back. We have 3 ults, they only have their cap ult. Another really important thing to do, especially on Ultron, is to make sure you remember their support ults. While it's okay to ult during a support ult, just to heal your own team and to damage people not in the support ults, you basically want to try to make sure that you're always attacking with your ult when they're not going to have their support ult. It has a lot of damage potential, and it's very hard to stop once it starts as well. I'm here with my squishies, trying to stop them from dying from the cap. I get them healed to full, and then I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to live. And they do. I do think our Sue dies. And that's where I get an crazy ult. I'm going to pause real quick here. So, if you will notice, the Emma attempts to stun me out of this. So, just so in case you guys didn't know this, Ultron cannot be CC'd during his ult. I'm pretty sure he can be CC'd out of his ult, but during he cannot be. He is CC immune during his ult, much like Punisher. Though I am pretty sure he can be CC'd out of the beginning of his ult, though the window's fairly difficult, so he's pretty much CC immune during his ult. And now after that, I am just ecstatic over the fact that that ult was fucking massive. Excuse me for my language. Yep, so here I'm just trying to play with my team. I shielded my rocket, and we have to back out because they get most of my team with that ult, which is fine. I'm able to back up, but I do think the cap ends up getting me as I go for this health pack. Yep. But all's well and good. That just means I can reset with my team. And yeah. They have both support ults and their Bucky ult, which is going to be a little bit rough. But I'm able to heal here and able to already have my ult back. I just ulted. And they end up using both their ults here, I think, to get the point, because we're able to stall it out for that long. It is hard to shoot down on people, but just remember that it's hard for them to shoot up at you as well. And if you're on top of them, they cannot headshot you. Though generally you want to just try to keep your distance as Ultron. I was just trying to stall point it for as long as possible. So we're coming back from spawn. We have to hold the top of the bridge because we know that they can't really get up here very easily. The only person that can is the Moon Knight, Rocket, and Cap. They're not going to just ditch their Bucky, Emma, and Luna, so they kind of have to play low. Another questionable Rocket ult. And yeah, I'm pretty much just trying to make sure that everybody's getting healed to some extent, that nobody comes up here. I hear the Cap running to the back, so I go make sure to ward my team and start shooting at him. And here's when I decide to ult, because I know that they really don't have much to go against it. Arsu was on top of it this game, making sure to ult whenever they really start pulling out the stops. And their Cap with another amazing ult to save his team. That's another thing about Ultron's ult. He gets it so fast that the supports really get caught lacking. Because they don't get ult that fast, the other ones don't. And because of that, I was able to make the Captain America use his ult. And I was able to do good damage, and I already have about 40% of my ult back in just a matter of seconds. It hasn't even been a full minute left, and look at me, I'm at 50%. And they end up C9ing the point there. And that's just a win. If you have any questions about Ultron, feel free to leave them in the comment section. This is my first video, so I'm sorry if the structure is pretty bad. I also didn't have a script because I didn't bother to write one. I just wanted to go ahead and make this just so I can have out there, because I need to start building a channel. And yeah, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and follow me at Twitch at dragonmask.ttv, just like my gamer tag here. And like I said, as you can see, I did about as much damage as our Groot and Emma, right? Less, but still. I had more final hits than our Squirrel Girl, and I had the most healing in the lobby by far. We actually ended up out-healing their whole team, and they were running triple support for a good long while, you see. So, yeah. You can't really beat that. It's going to be great. All you need is really some good tanks, Two would be good. You can do it with one. Show and Sloth TTV. Feel free to follow him as well. He was my duo, and he helped me grind a little bit up to Diamond 2. And he's going to help me keep the grind up. Hopefully, we can get to Celestial this season. That's our goal currently. And with your support, I'm pretty sure we can make it. But yeah, a 50 assist game, 41 kills, just really consistent damage. Our Star Lord also was able to just pop off because I was able to hard pocket him for most of the game. I kept him healed fairly well. And I'm able to do that primarily because of the Sue. Yes, I did die the least amount in this whole lobby. Ultron's survivability is very good. You should not be dying hardly at all on Ultron when he has infinite range and great shields, a great movement ability. I think he has one of the best survivability of all of them, all of the supports, strategists in the game. His movement ability rivals Sue's, and his armor regen pretty much mimics the healing that Luna gets. While he doesn't have self heal, and I think they should add that, I think he's very good for what he is right now. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.